4179.
AM 560, The Answer.
Welcome back. You're listening to Get Down to Business. Get Down to Business is powered by our good friends at Tandem HR, your solution center. You can find them at tandemhr.com or give them a call, 630-928-0510. I'm joined by Jai Luster, the founder and creator, the executive director of the Luster Learning Institute. Jai, thank you so much for joining us on Get Down to Business.
It's my pleasure. I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Absolutely. So the Luster Learning Institute, you literally are transforming lives by teaching skills that are empowering people. Tell us a little bit about your work and the communities that you're servicing.
Well, the majority of the communities that we service are located in larger cities or in cities and mostly in neighborhoods that are lower income in nature. And tend to have more behavioral issues going on in the community and in the schools themselves. So like in Chicago, we manage about partnered with about 150 schools in the Chicago public schools. The vast majority of them would be on the south and the southwest side of the city.
So low-income neighborhoods. You're servicing low-income neighborhoods, and I know that you have a title for the program that you're sort of bringing in. Tell us a little bit about the model for what you're implementing in these schools, and tell us how you developed it, because it sounds like a fascinating story.
Right. The model that we're working with is based on teaching mindfulness to the students in the classrooms. What we decided to do at the very beginning was to empower the teachers to actually be the facilitators for the students rather than our own staff externally. So we spend all of our energy, teaching all the classroom teachers in a school and the deans and the security guards and the administrators how to teach short 2 to 3 minute mindfulness practices to the students. And it's all scripted, and it's all done in a very easy-to-learn way. Doesn't take them much time to learn how to do it. And then the rest of our energy goes into supporting the school, which means the teachers and the administrators, in having consistency of teaching. So we continue to support by revisiting the school during training sessions with the teachers throughout the year.
So talk to me, Jai, about the number of people that you're affecting. You launched the program. It's a 501c3 tax-exempt organization in 2007, and now we're in 2016. How many schools are you in, and how many students are you reaching?
We've completed about 250 school-wide programs, and our biggest partnerships are with Chicago Public Schools, the Detroit Public Schools, and the Los Angeles Schools, which is actually our partnership with UCLA that does that with us as partners. So those are the three biggest cities that we currently work in. And we've probably touched the lives of close to 200,000 students since we began in 2007. And many of those students are still every day getting to practice and work with calm classroom activities while they're in school. So that's what we do. And that's probably trained over, I think it's about 12,000 teachers now.
Fascinating. So what fascinates me, Jai, is that children today are the next generation's entrepreneurs and professionals, and the talent. We talk a lot on the show about talent. And right now, what you're doing is you are getting rid or addressing the obstacles that are preventing children, as you always say, from living the life that they deserve. And education, we all know, is so important. So tell us a little bit about some of the successes, because, again, having started in just a few years ago, you now have students that were in grade school that are now moving on. They're becoming individuals of their own right. They're now probably 10 years out of the program. Tell us a little bit about your vision of what you want to see from the young adults coming through the programs in Chicago and Detroit and in other cities. Okay. What do you envision for them to become? Well,
it's kind of a multidimensional answer. on one end of the spectrum, it's really important that we're developing, the students have a greater sense of self-awareness and observation of themselves. And out of that experience, which mindfulness develops that, out of that experience, the students on one level are able to manage their behavior in relationship to taking care of themselves better and taking care of those around them better. So it improves behavioral issues quite rapidly in young people. So that's one level. And then at another level, in terms of preparation for really moving on to your life to becoming more professionally adept and being able to succeed in life, both in, say, your marriages and interpersonal relationships and at work and in your eventual work, it's key and crucial that you develop high levels of sensitivity and understanding to what other people are feeling emotionally, how you're affecting them, and how they're affecting you, both physically and emotionally. And our training does that. So a great leader really needs to be sensitive, needs to be clear on what the direction they're going. Their mind can't be too much in turmoil, or they can't really settle on a clear path. So it helps them with all the professional skills that are necessary for success, as well as how to deal with issues when you're at home in your family lives and emotional issues come up, which is natural. How do you immediately have resilience to drop that and move to a more positive, not only mindset, but action, a positive action?
We're chatting with Jai Luster, the founder and executive director of the Luster Learning Institute, a not-for-profit 501c3 tax-exempt organization founded in 2007. It sounds like it's been a pretty wild ride over these past about 10 years or so. And you've obviously implemented this program in Chicago public schools. Those are in the early days. But now you're being asked to consult and provide strategy and guidance in cities around the country. And I know that on the very top of your website, which of course we will share with our listeners over the next minute or two, is you have a button called Try It Free. So I'm curious, what does that mean for who are you going after? Well, is it families? And what sort of services are you offering to the general public?
Remember, our real goal is to really change communities. So we really not only want to help individuals become prepared for life, but we really want to change, in a large scope effect, really millions of children across the country. So the Try It Free, although a parent, and we do have parents who actually purchase our materials and work with their kids at home, and we have homeschoolers, things like that, but it's mainly for an administrator of a school or a teacher in a classroom to actually download a piece of our curriculum, try it in their classroom with their students, and then see how the effect is, because you can see it immediately and realize that that's a thing that they want to do. So it's kind of just a preliminary piece for them to use.
Absolutely fascinating. Once again, Jai Luster, the Luster Learning Institute. You are a nonprofit organization, and as such, you are raising money to support the work of that in which you're having such an impact in communities across the city of Chicago and beyond. I know you have a board of directors and you've got some very passionate people involved in helping you. But what's your call to action for the listeners to get down to business? How can people get involved? How can people support the work that you're doing?
Well, I think the call to action is if they want to understand and actually look at the curriculum and how it's used, they can go and download it free. They can send a message to us at support@calmclassroom.com and ask how they can get involved, and we can talk to them about that. Some people do donate money. Others want to actually introduce us to other schools, or they have grant sources that they know. They're sitting on a board and they would like their board members to know more about this. That happens quite often. So I think that's the way for people to get involved, is learn more about it. They need to really understand that it is working. Everything we do is research-based, so we are really measuring changes both in behavioral issues with the students, both pre and post to our work in the schools. And then we're actually the focus for the largest study in the country on mindfulness in schools. And we're currently being measured across 32,000 students in Chicago on a large study that's being done by the University of Chicago and by Erickson Institute. And
Jai, if you don't mind, we are
sponsored.
running out of time. If you could share your website one more time so people can learn more about the work that you're doing.
Website is www.calmclassroom.com. Email is support@calmclassroom.com, and they can go learn about us or call at 847-748-7482.
Fantastic. Jai Lester, we appreciate you coming on the program. More tips and advice after this short break.